G'day, this is Jim from Living Life Now. Today I'm talking about the cruise destination port of Gibraltar. Gibraltar is a British territory located on the southern tip of Spain and the entrance to the Mediterranean Sea. It only covers around 7 square kilometres and has a population of around 34,000. The island is dominated by the Rock of Gibraltar. The Rock of Gibraltar is a 426 metre high limestone ridge. It has an interesting history, first settled by the Moors in the 14th century and later ruled by Spain. It was later ceded to the British in 1713, and the rock showcases its layers of fortifications including the 14th century Moorish castle and the 18th and World War II siege tunnels, as well as St Michael's Cave. The port has a dedicated cruise terminal and can cater for ships of all sizes with its deep water berths. Their economy is primarily based on tourism, shipping and financial services. It is renowned for its duty-free environment for cosmetics, jewellery and luxury goods. From the cruise terminal, it's about a 15 to 20 minute walk through an industrial area to Casement Square. Now, Casement Square is the start of the main street. The main street, or High Street it's sometimes called, is where all the shops, pubs and restaurants are. Right at the top of Main Street, you will find the cable car station. Now, it's very important to know that there's only 2 cable cars running at a time. One's heading up and at the same time the other one heads down. The journey takes about 6 minutes and is extremely popular. The greatest challenge in this port is getting up to the top of the rock. Now, you've got 3 options to get to the top of the rock. There's the cable car, there's small bus tours and probably taxis, and of course you can trek up through the Mediterranean walk.
Now, besides the Europa Point and the lighthouse, most of the attractions are at top of the rock. Now, as I said, it's very popular, the cable car, so you'd be very wise to pre-purchase your tickets and go into the pre-purchase tickets line. Now, the cost to get up there is £19 return, so you will get up there and back. But when you're up the top, all you'll see is the view. To actually see all the attractions up the top there, you need to purchase also the nature reserve ticket, which will take you to all the attractions if you want to self-explore. Now, the cable car will take you up the centre of the rock. Now, once you're at the centre of the rock, you have the choice to explore the southern end, which I have done in red here, or the northern end, which is in green. A lot of tours will only take you to the southern end or the northern end. But if you've got the energy and you've got the time and you're prepared to walk both ends of the rock, you can definitely see all the attractions in one day. Let's first look at the southern end of the rock. Now, the southern end of the rock has St Michael's Cave. Now, from the cable car top station, you can walk downhill 20 minutes and you'll arrive at St Michael's Cave. Now, St Michael's Cave is an impressive cave system consisting of large areas where many concerts take place. The upper hall is the main one, but there are several smaller chambers equally as impressive. On the walk to St Michael's Caves, there's a couple of attractions that you can take in along the way. One of them is the Windsor Bridge, which is a suspension bridge. But if you don't feel like walking along a suspension bridge, you can go the direction of the Skywalk, which is a glass bottom walkway. If you don't feel like being adventurous in either, there is other options to walk around also. But for the thrill seekers, yeah, definitely an option there. Now, lots to explore on the northern end of the rock. So on the northern end of the rock, you have the Great Siege Tunnels. Now, the Great Siege Tunnels from the 18th century, and again, they expanded into World War II. Also on the northern end of the rock, you have the Governor's Lookout Battery. Now, you get views over the airport and into Spain. You've got the Military Heritage Centre, and you've got the city under siege and the Moorish castle. You then have the option, if you're feeling up to it, to walk down into the town from there instead of getting the cable car back. A very good option at this port is the minibus tour. Now the minibus tour will take you straight up to the rock. It will take you to all the attractions. It will drop you to the entrance of the attraction, and it will include entrance to the nature reserve and all the attractions. Now if you feel like trekking on the rock, the Mediterranean Steps is probably the most known hike. It takes about an hour and a half to cover 1.5 kilometres, and it's quite steep and challenging for a trekker.
Now, the last time Linda and I were at this port in 2019, we booked a cruise excursion for the cable car to the top of the rock and down again. Now, it was the last excursion of the day, and a minibus picked us up and they just dropped us at the cable car terminal and went, "There's the entrance, away you go." Now, once we got out there, it was a 45-minute wait, the line to even get onto the cable car. And as I said, it was the last excursion of the day, and we did the calculations and said we're only going to get up and get back down again. So we found our own way back to the cruise ship, and we got a refund for that tour. If there's multiple ships in port, you've got to be careful about running out of time here if you want to get up on that cable car, or be prepared to wait in line for a while. Alternatively, the minibus is a pretty good option here, but you really need to do your own research, and this is really just a guide to help you understand what your options are. Okay, for the Princess World Cruise 2025, we'll be in port on the 12th of July 2025 at 9 a.m. Exactly at the same time, there is another cruise ship in port that holds about 2,500 passengers. It's a German cruise line. So I suggest that you book your tours way ahead of time here. It will be a busy port. It's only got a small population, the island, and with 2 cruise ships in, it will be extremely busy. Now, also to note, it is a Saturday. Now, shops are only open on the Saturday till 1:30. Well, most shops are only open till 1:30. Whether they stay a little bit open because there's a couple of cruise ships in port is yet to be seen. But if you want to get some duty-free shopping, take that into account too. So for Linda and I in this port, we're a little bit undecided. Linda wants to get off and do some duty-free shopping. Shops close at 1:30 and we're in there at 9. I want to get up to the top of the rock and see those attractions up the top of the rock, and I'm a bit of a greedy bloke. I want to see both ends. I want to see the cave and I want to see the tunnels, so I want to spend a bit of time up there too. So we'll get off and we'll either self-explore, we'll either get off and quickly walk to the cable car terminal and get up there and try to beat the crowds, or we'll take our time and we'll do our shopping first, and then we'll book an afternoon tour to get up there. So whichever we go, we'll talk and we'll make that decision. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. If it was helpful, give it a thumbs up. And yeah, thanks. Uru.